Well, the first instrument that I wanted to play was trumpet, and got my parents to take me to the store to buy one, but they wouldn't sell me a horn because they felt my teeth were too big, and they said I'd never be a good trumpet player. So I ended up buying a guitar. From there, I moved into drumming and keyboards as the years went on. We had a lot of bands together, a lot of different playing experiences. You run into a lot of different conflicts, and nobody wants to give in. You know, you get two strong heads in the group, or more, and it becomes very difficult to work. You get ideas conflicting, and nobody wanting to compromise, and because of that, most bands only last like 6 to 12 months. You break up, and there's a lot of wasted time. It's a shame, but that's the way it is. After playing and putting together bands for about 9 years or so, I decided to try it on my own, do a solo thing in small clubs or whatever. It worked out a little better financially for me, but it had its problems. Most of the places I played by myself were real duds. It was very seldom that I ran across a place that I really felt good in and that the people liked what I was doing. It was very, very, very seldom. Through a lot of my playing experiences, I was running into a lot of dead ends, and I could see myself being in a band, a club band, or playing solo. I could see myself doing it for the rest of my life and not going anywhere above it. The only way you can really get out of that is to start working working for higher goals, working in the direction of recording and writing, working for a higher level. I keep my equipment in an old room where we used to practice. Now it's basically used for just storage and once in a while a rehearsal or two. I have a big old black Buick that I fixed up for the use of moving equipment. I took out the back seat, built a platform, cleaned out the trunk. Couldn't ask for any more than that luxury liner. One night coming home just shows the loneliness sometimes of playing by yourself. I mean, you're traveling alone, but that one night really sticks out in my mind. I was coming home, and the road was dark, and all of a sudden I started seeing these little figures coming out of the woods, deer. And it really scared me at first. I had to slow down, deer walking across the road, and I even had to come to a complete stop a couple times because they were just all over. I don't know what it was about that night, but it really spooked me. I rehearse on an old upright piano at a big church pretty close to where I live. I have pretty much privacy there, and I'm able to go there just about any time during the day, sometimes at night, but it's still limiting. There's times in the middle of the night when I feel like practicing or something. I come home late and I want to practice and I can't. I don't really know where my musical ideas come from. I just know that I get a real good feeling out of music, certain melodies, certain words and certain feelings in music, rhythmic feelings, just the overall strength of music. If I can get into recording like I want to, I want lots of different people to be able to relate to what I'm doing, and I want them to be able to understand that I want them to feel good through my music. released a 45 at the end of the summer in our area. Some friends of mine helped me out, and as far as me going to New York to promote myself, it helps having a record to present. It was no problem to get records in the stores, all the private stores. The chain stores wouldn't accept them unless you went through a distributor, and that cost money, so of course I couldn't afford to do that. I recorded mainly for the experience, and the only way I could do it was to pay for it myself, because at this point I don't have anybody to back me. Usually what I had to do is take a loan, because I didn't have that much cash on hand. It's expensive. You go into the studio, you think, oh, you know, we can get this done in, you know, a couple hours or something, but you can always figure on it taking twice as long as you expected. Recording, you have to, you write the song, you decide how you want the song to sound, how you want to bring it across, what instruments you want to use. You have to rehearse the song with the vocals, without the vocals, because when you go into the studio, you basically lay down just the rhythm track, which consists of drums, guitar, bass, and maybe keyboards, something like that. And then you go into the studio, you do it, you lay down the rhythm track, and over that you put any overdubs that you want. You might want to put extra keyboards, might want to put horns in it. Then you put the vocals on top of everything. You have to have a comfortable studio to work in, where you feel like you're in as natural a situation as possible. You have to feel comfortable with the engineer. He has to be able to relax you and bring the best out of you. You have to have a good relationship. The engineer that I worked with out at Wind Hill Recording Studios, Jim Cranack, was like really a big help for me. There were times when I was really nervous in recording and stuff, and I didn't know sometimes exactly what to do, how to put it down on tape, and he really helped me a lot. One of the people that I've admired for a really long time is Felix Cavalieri. He was in a band called the Rascals. I finally got a chance to meet him, and it's really been good for me. He spent a little bit of time with me. He listened to my songs, constructively criticized the songs, and it's just been really a good experience. And Felix is producing now, and what I'm trying to do is convince him to produce me. The final record always sounds different than the master tape, and so finally picked up the pressings. I picked up the 45s, all packaged and everything. I brought them home, and at first I didn't like it. I listened to it, and it took me about 25 times listening to it until I accepted it, and I became fairly pleased with it. There was just certain things about it that could have been better, but no matter what you do, it can always be better. Right now, I'm probably in the worst financial shape I've ever been in. It's because I've done more recording lately than ever. and I bought some equipment and stuff, and I really got myself in over my head. I worry as I get older, you know. It's like the only thing that I've ever been happy with is playing. It seems, you know, that really, and it scares me that someday I won't be able to do that. Well, I always want to be able to play music some way, and I really hope to get into recording, and it kind of scares me. I don't want to have a normal life. Like, you know, being a musician isn't really a normal life, you know, like working a day job and everything, and that whole kind of thing scares me. Having a day job and, you know, just leading a normal life, I don't want to ever, I couldn't see myself in that kind of situation. I just want to be able to play music, and I want to be able to record, and I just want to be able to be happy with it. Putting my ideas down on tape and my lifestyle on film, it's sort of revealing to myself, because I'm just squeezing an existence, you know, and but I have that hope of being able to make something of myself and really straightening out, you know, any problems that are in my past. I think I do have something to offer musically and lyrically, and I hope I'm going to be able to bring it across, you know, in like the coming years with hopefully successful recordings.